Thank you, Alexa, or whoever you are. The reason, okay, I got to recap that in case anybody goes back and watches this. You guys, we're going to talk about branding tonight. And even though I'm talking about branding, I just want to say that the most important part of our business is relationship building, messaging people, following up with people. Those conversations have to happen, or whatever we do as far as branding on social media, it doesn't matter. It does not matter if we can't have conversations with people. And I know that people on this team are good at doing that. Like, we know how to message people. So because you know how to message people, I want to talk about branding, because branding is kind of that thing where it's like, it's hard. Why is it so hard? Like, I think I'm over the hill, and then I'm not over the hill, and then I'm stuck again. And I feel like I have value to add, and then, oh crap, nobody cares what I have to say, or I don't have time to say anything. Like, I don't care. Like, if you ever feel that way about your social media presence, please know that you are in very good company with the other 99% of us. We all get those kind of roadblocks. And actually, our pastor said something on Sunday, and I wish I had it in here. He said that, let me think, we undervalue what is familiar. And I feel like that's very true about ourselves and about our own abilities, and even about Plexus. Like, we undervalue what is familiar to us. And oftentimes that can be why we don't have the conversations about business, right? Like, because it's like, it's familiar to us. Like, I know. And we just don't talk about it enough, because this is our world. It's easier to share the products than it is the business that has a lot of different components to it. But as far as branding, and I want to encourage you to not undervalue yourself, because you're familiar to yourself. You have a voice in the world, and your voice does not have to be the only voice on that topic. So I was chatting with a girl in a branding session yesterday, and she's a type 1 diabetic, and she also has endometriosis. Now, is she the only person that has type 1 diabetes or has endometriosis? No, she's not. There are many other people on social media that are talking about that very thing, but nobody has her story. Nobody's going to say it like her. Nobody's going to show up to her face. Nobody's going to show up to her life. And her presence on social media does not have to be better than somebody else's. It's just different. Like, she doesn't have to have the voice for type 1 diabetes in order to have a voice for type 1 diabetes. Like, people are going to follow her. They probably follow many people about type 1 diabetes. And I'm just using that as an example for whatever it is that you have value to add. You don't have to be the voice for that thing. You can just be a voice for that thing. And that offers us so much freedom if we can be like, that girl over here, or that woman over here, she's talking about the same thing that I'm talking about. Good job. I'm getting so much inspiration from you. You're helping so many people. I value what you're saying, and I'm going to talk about it too. And even if I'm in the beginning stages, even if I'm not as like profesh as that person over there, I'm still going to talk about it, because like, this is my life, and I know it's going to resonate with somebody, and I know I'm going to learn along the way. And there's so much freedom with letting yourself just talk about what you want to talk about. And there's two components to branding well, more than that, but let's start with this, to branding yourself on social media. One, okay, what is it that you can talk about for a long time? Think about that. And even if it's something like, I don't know, even if it's something that you're like, I could talk about that, but it's not like, I don't know if I can make a niche out of it. Like, let's see, I don't know, like sisterhood, like, I don't even know what it would be, but like, don't undervalue what it is that you do every day. Can you talk about something? Okay. That's the first component. And the second one is does it add value? Or how can you make it add value? So I think it was Stephanie was talking about the other day, like, I just want to like show my life. Like I have a lot of kids underfoot. I have other people's kids underfoot. And I just want to talk about that. And that's awesome. Talk about that. How can you add value? Because we can't come on and just talk about like random things, like always. We have to add value. It's about people. We're serving other people. So what's your situation and how can you bring value to other people in that? Let's start there. Is that going to be your forever niche? Is that going to be your forever thing that you talk about on social media? It doesn't have to be. You're just starting. You're just going to start. You're going to messy action. Doesn't matter, because when you put thought into what you share in social media, remember, you're ahead of 80% of people that are in social selling. So when you put effort into what you post, you already will stand out, because 80% of people are doing it on the fly and not thinking about it like we all have been or all have done. I know I have. I know I still do sometimes. And it's just is what it is. But think about that. And then remember, on social media, it's two things. It's good pictures, well-lit pictures, and valuable words. We're serving people. So if you have those two things, you have a post. And if you're sitting for a moment and you're in your feels and you have something to say, usually that happens to me in the shower, you have something to say, write out a few posts real quick in the notes section of your phone or wherever it is that you do your best work, and just write those out and then spread those posts out over a few days. And now you have posts to work off of. But that's really what I want to encourage you, is just messy action, branding yourself with that thing that you can talk about, and then sell Plexus. Sell Plexus. Like, you are a saleswoman, like it or not. I don't care what people say. We sell things, and we're selling things, and we got to talk about the things that we're selling because we're selling them, and we can't sell them if people don't know about them. Like, it still amazes me. People that I've been friends with on social media forever will comment. This happened a few weeks ago. She messaged me and she was like, "Oh, you made a post, and I just happened to think, I wonder if your Plexus products could help my daughter's stomach issues. She's got like terrible IBS." And I'm like, "I have been friends with you on social media for a decade. Yes, it can help." Yeah. But like, she didn't pick up on it. For whatever reason, she didn't pick up on it. And so it's like, sometimes it can feel like I've literally talked to everybody, and I've literally talked to everybody 12 times, but they're not getting it yet. Like, they're not getting it yet. So we keep on selling and we keep on sharing. And one other thing is, for the business part of it, been thinking about this, wondering if you guys will join me on this, or if I could share the vision with you of showing the behind the scenes of what it looks like to be a social marketer with Plexus and on this team. And I mean, behind the scenes, I mean, what if you like took a picture of like our team call tonight? Or what if you took a picture of like you, like Kara, like just got out of my cleaning job and I'm hopping on my Zoom because that's where I actually want to be. Now I'm going to run and serve my family, or, whatever. Like, you show the behind the scenes, like, right? Like, we're undervaluing this part because we're familiar with it. But like, this is what it looks like to be a social marketer. Like, I'm going to mix up a pink drink because I'm going to take a picture of it real quick. Or here I am sitting on my couch trying to think of a post, trying to tell you guys the very best way that I know how, that this pink drink is amazing. Or doing your makeup for a few pictures, or talking to your team, like messaging with your team, like the behind the scenes stuff, so that we can show people, what does it actually look like to be on our team, to do social sales. And they might think, that looks kind of fun. That looks kind of fun. Like, you get to like take pictures. Like, I remember before I did Plexus, like, why would I take a picture of myself? Ever. Like, literally, like, always looked like I just rolled out of bed with all these kids around my ankles. Like, the last thing I was thinking of was ever taking a picture of myself, ever putting on fake lashes. And I didn't need it. I still don't need it, but it is kind of fun. It is kind of fun to have that, hobby, like something else that you're doing. And I didn't miss it. I didn't know I wanted it, but it's a fun part of our job. talking about trips, talking about how COVID stole convention this year, but we're hoping to go back next year. And, like all that behind the scenes. So they get to decide, is that something that I want to do? Is that something I could see myself doing? And then it's not so cryptic. It's not like, what does she actually do besides make posts on social media? Like, what is they doing? How do they get paid? Like, people wonder that. They have no idea that we actually work and message people, and follow up with people, and get told no a lot. And we do, and it's okay. But messy action, putting yourself out there. I'm so like, these people right here, you guys, like, I'm so stinking proud of you and excited for you, and just see your future so bright. And I just want the world to see you as I see you, and putting yourself out there unapologetically, totally you. With this photographer tonight, she was saying, I told her how I found her. I found her through hashtags after we moved to Erie. And she's like, I've had really good luck attracting people that I get along well with. Like we jive together. She's like, and I think that's because I put myself on social media, like, as myself. So I'm attracting the right people. And I'm like, that's really true. It really matters. Like, putting yourself out there as you is the best thing you can do for you and for that person. Because if they know who you are and they still want to join your team, well, that's a better fit. That's a better fit. I had somebody say to me in passing the other day, she doesn't work the business, but she was like, hey, a customer is a customer, right? And I was like, but like, no, a customer is not a customer. I've had too many people on my team that have started, with zero commitment, tried to work a business, but weren't coachable. Like, a customer is not just a customer. A teammate is not just a teammate. It matters who we have on our team and if they'll let us lead us. So anyway, be you. It's the best thing you can put out there. Anybody have questions, comments, thoughts, anything? Did you think of a question along the way? Anybody know? Oh, go ahead.
What if your niche is chaos?
I like it. I like it. Okay, that reminded me. I'm going to send you a profile. This girl, she's a diamond, and her last name is Carty, and her name, I think on Instagram, is Carty Chaos.
That's awesome.
And
I think my wishes are plexus, Jesus, and chaos. That's pretty much it.
That's love it.
What I got.
Okay, wait. I have some ideas. That is so fun. Okay, so she did a photo shoot, like, probably just, I don't know if it was like a professional one or whatever, but it was like everybody was a mess and they were in the picture, and it was so funny. Like, your husband could be doing his like preaching thing, and your daughter in her softball thing, and the boys pulling each other's hair, or whatever it is they do. And like, it was just like, that is the picture of what is happening in this season of your life. Like, so funny. But there's another lady on social media. Her name is Susie. And she has Susie School. She actually teaches all things business and social marketing. She's very smart. But her whole niche for a long time, as she was becoming an influencer, was that she forgot to feed her kids because she was so busy. And so she would show herself.
My daughter's in the car.
Oh. Do you get to eat, Morgan?
I eat.
Well, she would always show herself like in the drive-through of McDonald's, like, sorry kids, it's like 7 p.m. Who wants nuggets? Like, it was like, she wasn't.
That is way too true.
She was not winning any Mom of the Year awards as far as like the kids' health, but you know what? So relatable that you just get busy and that you're not perfect. So I say, let that hang out.
Oh man.
That's funny. You could make some funny posts about that, Kara. You're so funny. Oh my word. If you just let that hang out, that'd be hilarious. Dare ya? Anybody else? Thoughts? No. Okay. Well, tell me this. Melissa, did you have a good day?
I did. It was a good day. I was working on kids were doing reading comprehension, and then sat down to do some playtime with them, and my grandmother called in hysterics. She had no power, and it cut the phone call off like mid thing. So I had to run and help her for the rest of the evening. So that was a little interruption. So I